you almost have your own world because we post fan questions,
Yeah.
And I was just looking at them, and everything's mommy jeans, waterboard champ or water chug champ. Like, I don't understand it.
I know.
Can you explain any of this?
It's
because I didn't even know how to. Chen and I go through the fan question. I'm like, I don't know what this means. I used to be gonna ask him.
It's endless inside jokes, but there's so many people, tapping into it that it's like its own lexicon. It's its own world. You're right.
I hear you.
And I think they get a thrill. They get a kick out of people who listen to the show or to Your Mom's House. They get a kick out of somebody knowing it, but I think they get a bigger kick out of someone being like, "What?" They're like, "What are you fucking loser? Like, you don't know what the water champ is?" So it's just nonsense, but it's just jokes.
But people want to be tribal. Everybody wants to be part of their own tribe. It's so important. It's our language. Guys especially like their own language, right?
Of course.
But the genes comes from what? Where's the mommy genes?
It's okay. It starts off with years ago, I think as a joke, my wife and I, if I was leaving the house, I'd be like, I'm going out. I'll see you later. Bye, mommy. Like that, like as a silly thing to say. And then it became that there's mom genes, right? So like mommy genes. So then we started calling each other, we dropped mommy, started calling each other jeans. And then
see you, jeans.
Bye, jeans. Yeah. And then
to your wife.
Yeah, to my wife.
Amazing.
And then it was like if you listen to our show, like shows have, like you guys, Fire to the Kid, you have your own, maybe like a little tag.
Vernacular.
We would say, because when you see guys walking through the airport, like dads, like fucking
dad.
Like official dads, in their khakis.
Yes.
And they'll wear their pants high and tight.
Yeah. With those sensible shoes.
Right.
And
absolutely.
hats.
Sensible shoes and hats, phone holster.
Yeah.
We would spin it to like, that guy knows what's going on. That's a cool guy. So we would say, like, if you listen to our show, you wear your jeans high and tight like a cool fucking guy would. So then everybody's like, if you don't like our show, or if you're like, oh, I don't listen to Your Mom's House, they'd be like, oh, so you wear them low and loose. Like, so it was just like silly jokes, But then,
buddy.
Damn it, we need some of that vernacular.
Yeah. Well, I took marijuana, and I've been talking about this on stage, trying to figure it out because I don't want to sound hacky, because I know there's guys that have done it, but I've had times where your brain starts having independent conversations with itself, and he's like,
oh, when you're so high?
And he's like, hey, man, I have a question. Do I remind you to breathe? And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yes.
And then
do I remind you to breathe?
And then you're like, wait, I'm not breathing? And he's like, well, we haven't been breathing in a while. It's like, and then you start going, that's the worst, when you start going, and your heart's racing.
Yes.
And I've had that a number of times. And that's why I don't really eat marijuana. I'll smoke it, but I smoke it in really small.
I don't do vapors, very real small. Yeah. But edibles, I don't. Edibles are trouble, man. Like Joey with those Death Stars, dude. What's wrong with you, man?
Joey slipped my dad marijuana. Have you heard this story?
Yes, you told.
No. Joey comes to Easter one year, and he's got fucking edible popcorn, and he goes, "Yo, Mr. K, you want to see the devil's dick tonight?" And my dad's like, "What's that, Joey?"
That's so aggressive, Joey.
Yeah. Like at Easter.
Devil's dick.
Devil's dick tonight.
No, I don't.
And my dad just takes a handful of popcorn.
Did he know what it was?
I had no idea. There's a picture. I don't know where. You can find it if you look online. It's on my Facebook, my personal one. There's a picture of Joey giving the popcorn to my dad. It's 4 pictures. My dad eating it. They're all connected like you're in a booth. My sister's going, "What the fuck?" And then me laughing hysterically. And then I was forced to eat marijuana with my dad, because my dad's like, "Buddy, what do I do?" And I was like, I'll go in with you. And so I ate it, and I don't like eating marijuana, but we had the greatest fucking night of our lives.
It didn't get weird?
We're sitting out. It's like probably 7 o'clock. We're still very high, having a cigar, having a whiskey. And I say to my dad, why don't you like me? Because I'm high, I'm comfortable. And he goes, I don't know. I was wondering about that.
Hold on. This is greatest. Hold on.
That's a good question, Bert. I've been thinking a lot about that lately. I can't figure out it's your fucking face. What if you just highlight your whole life? It's that fucking smirk.
Don't like that face here, the shape of your face. Was your dad a seasoned tripper though? Does he smoke weed?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay, this is great. Okay, so keep going. I'm sorry. All right.
He goes, I've been thinking about that a lot. My dad didn't even go to therapy. But now he's high, and he's humbled. And he goes, you remind me of my dad. And I said, okay. Wow. And he lost his dad when he was 13. And it really fucked him up. It really fucked him up forever.
Fucked up anybody.
Like he'll be walking through Gelson's and see like a something that his dad used to like to put on his sandwiches and just start crying. And and he goes, you remind me of my dad, and I'm afraid to get close to you because I look at your lifestyle and I think you're just going to die. And I said, okay. I go, I'm not going to die.
How old are you at this time?
I am probably right around 40, 42.
Okay, not young.
And so I go, how can we fix this? He goes, I don't know. I said, well, like...
What an honest guy, though. What an honest guy.
Not
Thanks to
always.
the weed.
Thanks to the marijuana.
You never said it. It's 42 years go by.
Yeah.
Just get high as shit. Dad, won't you like me? I've been thinking about that, man.
Yeah, he's like, obviously I love you. You make me uncomfortable.
Have you always had a weird relationship with your father?
Yes. Unaware of it until my parents got divorced.
At what age?
22, 21.
Kind of older.
Yeah. And unaware of it, that we didn't have he just didn't know how to, like, sometimes you call him and say, I love you. And he'll go, okay.
He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how.
That's his generation.
Yeah, that's his generation. And so then I say to my dad, I go, think, how can we fix this? And he goes, I need you to do a lot of things you're not willing to do. I said, like what? And he goes, I need you to get a cardiologist. I need to get, and he starts listing off all these things that
he wants to see that you're not going to die.
He wants to prove that I'm not going to die. I go, listen, I don't care. I go, if you want to, you be in charge of that. And he goes, he literally lit up. He's like, I can get you a cardiologist. I go, you do all of it. Get your cardiologist, all your medical guys, you get them online, you pick them for me, and I'll go, and and he's like, you do that for me? I was like, yeah, I love you. Like, I want you to like me. Like, I want you to be able to have dinner with my family and not be judging me everything I do. Because if I would go to eat something more, he'd lose his mind. If I had another drink, he'd lose his mind, and he would be very passive aggressive.
His dad passed away from what?
Stroke. And his dad, he's like, my dad was the life of the party. You seem to be the life of the party. Those are the guys that die fast. And my dad's never liked
that's
big,
deep
loud
emotion for him, man.
Yeah.
I get that. That's fascinating to me.
His dad died at like 40.
Yeah. Have you had a cardiology exam?
That was the
You're
biggest.
Fucking right, he has.
The biggest problem is I went to the cardiologist. He goes, "You're perfect." I did a CT scan. He goes, "Zero blockage," and I started eating like a fucking pig. And that's how I got to be 265 pounds. Is that I literally
because they gave you the green light.
They gave me the green light, put me on all the medicine, and I was like, "So I can't die."
Well, you haven't seen the way I catch angles.
No, I haven't seen it.
And you haven't seen what happens when I get hit and I have to dig down deep. Because when I dig down deep,
yeah, you got heart.
None of you guys in this fucking room has seen what happened when I want to dig down deep. And what I do is I take both my hands.
Yeah,
I make palms. I put my face in my hands.
Inshallah.
And I go.
Cry.
Nope, I don't. I go.
Say Allah al-Kabak.
Nope, I don't. Al-Akbar, which means God is great. Don't say Al-Akbar. All right, I don't even say that.
That's some different shit.
I'm not a Muslim.
That's that ISIS.
Not a Muslim. What I do is I take my hands like this. You're right to think that I would be praying that way.
Yeah.
I put my face in my hands.
Yeah.
And
they ignite a suicide bomb.
Yeah, I'm
inside my chest. I go.
Yeah.
I go. You can be somebody someday. You can be somebody. You're better than Tom. You're better than Brendan. I just say that because you guys are there watching, ridiculing me.
Yeah.
And then I pull my hands away.
Yeah.
And you punch yourself in the face.
And I run at him.
Yeah.
I run at him with my face.
You run out of the gym?
I do want to see you fight.
I look at him. I go.
I'd like to see
I look
that.
at him. I go. You're gonna have to kill me.
Wow.
And then
You're going to have to kill me.
And then it's just body.
And then we watch you die?
I work the body.
Watch you die?
And then
Wait,
I die.
can we
I
watch
die.
you fight for charity? Why don't you do a charity
I
one?
die, and as I die, I flip both you off, and I just die.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever do a charity thing like that? Would you
boxing
ever,
charity?
if someone came to you and was like, Tom, Brian, listen, not against each other, but,
Yeah.
you know, maybe you and Bert.
I mean, look, I would scope out. I think if it's for charity, I think like anybody, right? You look at what is the actual scenario? What are we looking at here?
Let's say I put on charity fight night, which I could easily do, blow
Right.
it out,
Yeah.
and I have you and Bert as the main event,
Oh my God.
That would do.
and
it.
all the charity goes to this kids home that
But I
just
gotta tell you
donated a
something,
shitload
man.
of clothes.
I don't
to.
want to hurt Bert.
I was about to say that. My biggest issue when, like, my trainer wants me to fight Freddie Prinze Jr. for a charity.
I like how you guys think you're gonna hurt him.
Oh, I would hurt
Like
him.
you guys are dangerous.
Well, yeah, I will hurt. If I punch you in the face, I
Not really. I mean, if this
excuse me. If I punch you in the face, I'm going to hurt you.
Freddie boxes way more than you do, sir.
No, you're
way
wrong.
more.
I box as much as he does. And
That's
the
not
point I'm
true.
making
That's
is
not true. You're on the road all the time.
I box as much as Freddie does.
That's not true.
Hey, we belong to the same gym. I know what I'm talking about.
I just talked to Freddie yesterday.
Hey, I know what I'm talking about. So can you just
So
let
do
me,
I.
Can I talk? Can I talk for a second?
Go
Thank
talk
you.
how tough you
Can
are.
I talk?
B.
No,
Do
what
it.
I'm saying is that it's not what I was going to say if you let me finish. What I'm saying is that he wants me to do a boxing charity with Freddie.
Right.
I like Freddie. Freddie's a great guy. The problem with doing that is that if it's a charity and people are watching, I'm really going to fucking box.
Yeah.
And I find it very awkward when I spar
Yeah.
to even hit somebody hard with a jab because it's awkward. and you're hurting them. So when I get in there and I jab somebody, man,
why don't we just give you somebody?
And so all of a sudden, what do I do? Hey, dude, you got in the ring with me and I gave you a headache. And if the guy's pretty good, I don't want to get hit. I'm going to be trying to hit you back.
But it's for charity, and you guys are going to have headgear on, 60-ounce gloves.
Hurts, dude.
It's for charity, and also, I mean, doing it at what gym do you go to?
Glove Works.
You guys would raise $14. So, but if you did it at the right venue in the right charity,
it's not you're completely missing my point.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you guys did it once, trust me, both of you would be just fine. You're not going to knock him out, Bernard Hopkins style.
I don't know.
But
all I do know, Brennan, is that I know this. I know you think I'm a complete pussy. All I'm saying is
I'm not saying you're. I'm telling you, Freddie would be fine.
Well, or he wouldn't, or I wouldn't. I've gotten hit in the head. Not even that like hard by a female boxer. It fucking really hurts with headgear.
I don't think.
All I'm trying to say is that
but for charity, you're not going to go balls to the wall and try ripping Freddie's head off.
No.
Otherwise, you're probably not the guy for the gig.
Right. What I'm saying is that when people
we'll get Andy Dick in there.
But then but when you're sparring and a lot of people are watching, I always feel like it's going to escalate. Like I always feel like you're going to get hit. I guess what I'm saying is that I would find it very awkward. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu
then
is
it's
something
not
different.
for you, brother. Then you would never do it. But you could get guys like Tom and Bert together. You could do it. There's a ton of guys you could do.
I think it'd be more fun for me to not do it with Bert, though. So honestly,
because you're so close.
Yeah, and it's like,
and you got to
like,
hit
let's say
you could do just body shots.
Let's say you're right. You could, but I'm saying, let's say you're like, look, I want to be able to just punch. I don't really want to. I'm not saying that I would devastate him, but like I don't really want to rock that dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't want like to rock my.
Well,
I'm with you. I don't want that to happen either.
Yeah.
However, it's charity. You guys would have headgear on, 16-ounce gloves.
It still hurts, Brendan. You're a pro fighter, so
You're
for
a pro,
me,
so it's
it
different,
fucking
but-
hurts. I don't know. Maybe
I've
I'm a
seen
pussy.
so many smokers. I've seen these charities before. No, everyone walked away just fine.
It'd be more fun to do someone I don't like.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Who do you not like?
Let's go down the list. So no, I don't know.
You just start with dude.
The way I look at it is if you're even remotely athletic and you train enough, right?
Yeah.
Say you train 3 days a week,
Yeah.
okay, and then you shadow box, you can get to a point where you can actually throw a right hand pretty hard,
Fuck
right?
yeah, you
and it's
can.
not hard
Yeah.
to hurt somebody's head.
Yeah.
And I don't, I'm telling you,
And here's the other thing you forget, that like the less trained you are, so let's say
That's true.
he and I are in the ring, the less control you have over, I'm going to do it this way and make sure not to do that.
For
'Cause
sure.
your instincts are going to be like.
Which means the more exhausted you're going to get.
Totally.
So after a minute,
Yeah.
everyone's going to be just fine.
That-
I'm telling you, I've seen these
yeah, you're right.
a million
You're
times.
right.
But you guys don't.
No one's conditioned enough. You're right.
No.
We're going to get
And the other
exhausted.
thing is you could do just your left hands. So we tie your right hands behind your back.
That's funny.
but then
You guys aren't gonna hurt
then
anybody.
Then it's even that's crazier. And
Yeah.
For charity, it depends on the charity.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd have to
You'd be
running.
in mascot. You could be in mascot shit.
That's
Like he could be in a Seminoles outfit. Where'd you
Yeah.
go to school?
Lenore Ryan,
Who's the mascot?
Bears.
Dude.
Boom.
Yeah.
You come out as a
that.
big bear.
Yeah.
He's a Seminole.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm in Lululemon. I want to wear white. I want to wear
Dude,
tight.
That'd be
tights.
sick.
Yeah, you got nice ass.
I'm in a
too.
tank top.
Yeah.
I'm oiled up.
If
Shaved
it was,
down.
it was for the right charity, it'd be fun.
I feel like no matter what, I'd throw a fucking left hook, and then he'd be like, "I do stand up through a straw now."
Revenge of the Nerds. And
No,
they
I
all
love
start
that
walking.
movie.
You've never seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
Dude,
school.
because of that, I fucked up putting a condom on for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember when you really got to know this movie. I watch this movie a lot, but they walk the two nerds in, the alphas do, the alpha omegas, and they see two sheep there, and they go, gentlemen, and they go like this with condoms, and they rolled out. They like,
Oh,
they
right.
had them unrolled, and they just went blink. And I went, oh, so the first time I put on a condom, I go, you got to unroll it like Revenge of the Nerds. Or the way my mom rolls my socks up, because it was all rolled up. So I unrolled it thinking that's how you put on a condom. I never put on a condom before. I'm 17 years old. I go to slide it on, and when I push it over, air's trapped in the side of it. And as I push, it just inflates. And I'm like trying to squeeze the air out of it like I'm making balloon animals.
Yep.
And so I fucking ruined that condom. That's the first time I tried to put a condom on.
Who's the girl? Do you remember?
Of course I remember. Yeah. Do you want to hear
Were you
that?
dating or was it a one night stand?
Dating. So I go out to Jeff Hartley. He's in the living room. We're watching Pet Sematary. He's with his girl. We had two condoms. We got them at
You're
an
17.
Exxon. 17 years old. We got them in an Exxon on the corner of Dale Mabry and Ehrlich. So I go over.
Shout out to Exxon.
So I go over. I go, hey man, I need that other condom. And he's like, you already did it. And I go, it's long story. It was broken. And he was like, all right. So I grab it. And then words like reservoir tip, pinch the reservoir tip make sense to me. I go, oh, yeah. Roll it over. Even putting it on felt good. I was like, woo.
I thought it always felt weird.
Oh, who's the first condom I've ever put on in my life?
I hear
other
you.
than the one where I made the balloon animals. So then I get on top of her, real time. One, done.
That's right.
Done.
One pump?
right.
One
That's right.
pump.
That's
I'm
right.
done.
Oh, wow.
Done.
17? Of course.
Caught me so off
Not
guard.
me, man.
She,
You didn't suffer from
she-
premature ejaculation?
No.
Oh, bro.
Well, I did all through my 20s.
You one pump? Was she like, what?
She looked at me dead serious, looks at my look on my face and goes, are you going to put it in? I missed her vagina. I fucked between her butt cheek and the bed and came. I didn't even fuck a person.
Oh, no.
I fucked a mattress.
And you came.
And then I had to fuck her
you have
now
to-
with a compromised
you have to-
condom.
yeah, you have to
with a
protect.
compromise. It was like going on a hike going,
like-
hey, why don't you get those dry socks and shoes, jump in the river real quick. We'll go for a
Then,
hike.
like, yeah.
Dude,
Can't
it
feel
was.
anything.
It's such a
Your
bummer.
dick's barely. Well, at that age, you're good to go. My first time, I never fucked with a condom. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've never like jacked.
You
off
were never
a
a big condom wearer, were you?
Still not. They're for pussies. So,
Dude, I fucking, come on.
come
Who
on.
wears condoms?
What are we doing? Syphilis? Bring it. Am I right?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Why did I
I'm sorry,
fucking reach
chlamydia
that?
who?
No, come on, dude.
no, but,
I high-fived you on that.
I even think if I had my first gay experience, I'd be like, bro, you're putting on a condom?
Like, dude,
What's wrong
what
with
are
you?
What kind of bitch move is that?
The fuck, dude? Raw dog me.
Yeah,
Raw
come on,
dog
dude.
me,
Raw
baby.
dog.
Do you like that I'm getting fucked in this gay experience?
know. I
That in
was
this
like,
scenario, I just totally
dog me.
oblivious. I was like, raw dog me, bro. I want to be infected.
That was impressive. That was impressive.
But
man.
with
you're in
the
touch.
the condom, I couldn't feel anything, so I lasted forever.
Oh,
and it was so uncomfortable. She was dry. It was a nightmare. Nightmare. No, not a good experience.
No.
Nightmare.
The next
Her dad
time-
walked in on us.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
And he was drunk, so he didn't realize what was going on. He was like, "Hey, it's the New Year ball. All right, you guys are tired." And then closed the door. I'm like, "Tired? I'm balls deep in your daughter here, sir."
Jesus, you guys. So what would you do? That's what you'd say. Ah, you guys must be tired.
I just went quiet. I got stiff. And then he left. She was like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Anyway."
Anyway.
Here we go.
As
to the
you
dra-
were.
as I was
Don't
laying it
miss a
down,
beat.
was not very romantic. Was not very porno-ish. It was awful.
I
They
drove
think
in
somebody's
that.
gonna fuck with them.
I got to drive in a police escort one time, and it was one of those things where it's still one of the thrills of
For
my
what
life.
game?
So my buddy's
team?
dad was the head coach at North Carolina,
Sick.
so Tar Heels,
Yeah.
and they were playing the Hurricanes. So I flew down to Miami.
How long ago was this?
This was probably 6-7 years ago. I flew down to Miami, and it's the night before, and we see his dad. We have dinner with him. We're just hanging. It's his dad, you know. So we're having dinner, talking all kinds of stuff. Oh, we talk about the game. All right, well, we'll see you in the morning. So next morning, we go down, and it's like for a second, it's almost like you forget the level of caliber programs these are. So he's like, "Hey, Dad, like, how do we go to the game?" And his dad looks around because there's the team buses, and there's Florida Highway Patrolmen, motorcycles, all these cars. They're about to escort from the hotel to the Orange Bowl. This is when the Orange Bowl was still there.
Yeah.
And
Terrible stadium.
and he goes, he talks to one of the cops. He goes, "It's my son. Can they?" And the guy goes, "Just drive behind the bus because I have a car." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm forgetting what speed we're gonna do this at because there's buses. I figure we're gonna go like just
slow as
cruise,
fuck.
dude. These buses are doing 100
God.
down 95, and I keep falling behind a little bit because I also don't want to run into the bus. So
a
I'm
bad
like,
look.
yeah, man. So I'm like, I would like dip out to 85, and the cop behind me would be like,
Damn.
he's like, go, go, go. So we're sitting there just flying, and they close. It's like a presidential,
Oh, yeah. Roads,
motorcade.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then as we pull off and we're pulling into the Orange Bowl, this local cop who had stopped local traffic sees me in the motorcade, and he goes, "You fucking there," because he thinks that I jumped in on
Snuck
this.
in.
And then I watch another cop go like, "No, he's with us," and then we just pull into the Orange Bowl, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like I mean, it was like
The Orange Bowl.
yeah, and it's also like I feel like I was just in a race,
Yes.
like a legal fucking race. God, and then the team bus goes down this tunnel, and then they're like, "Oh, just park wherever." I'm like, "Okay,
Just leave it here?
Yeah, we just pull in. I'm like, I just got to go with an escort.
Yeah.
100 miles an hour.
Have you ever had your ear? You ever had your hair cut and had your ear cut? Somebody cut your
I
hair.
have a scar. My mom.
My mom cut the top of my ear off. Off. What are you gonna say? Scraped your ear? Off.
Dude.
Look at my fucking ears. Off.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Off. Yeah.
I've got a scar on the top of one of my ears. It's on one of them from my mom cutting my ear, the top off. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else.
I was at after my first year of Mad TV. I'm in New York City, and I got recognized by maybe 3 people. It was such a thrill to me. And by the way, to this day, when I get recognized, I still, it doesn't get old. I still will give the person way too much time. Like I'm the guy who actually tires the fan
It's
out.
so awkward.
He knows. He's seen
I
it.
go, bro, will you act like you've been here before?
Yeah, I'm like, well, thanks, and I keep them there. I'm the worst. I mean, I will give them all the time they want. I'll talk to them about their family. So this woman, I'm 27 or something, and I walk into it to get my haircut, and the woman who's kind of young and kind of attractive, she goes, "Oh my God, I watch you. We watch you all the time, my family, and I love you. It's pool boy or whatever." And I'm like, holy shit! And the whole place is looking over, and I feel like a celebrity. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I go, give me a haircut. Long story short, she first of all butchers my hair. She cuts it super short on the side and leaves the top long. I look like a fucking
mullet.
mushroom. I look like a mushroom. I look like a skinny mushroom head. I look like a shithead. Like, you know that when they boof your hair all up? I'm like,
Dickhead. Look like a dickhead.
And I'm already
dickhead.
sensitive that I'm already sensitive that I'm long and skinny, and my neck is too long anyway. So I'm like, now I got. Like, if you were to bring me down and give me a regular haircut, I'd be 5'7" if my neck was normal, right? So all my height is in my neck and my torso and my fucking hair now. Then she cuts my ear so badly, and I mean so badly, and but I'm like so gracious because I'm being
put up with it?
dude. I went oh like that. I made a weird noise like that, and she
That
goes,
shit
"Oh, I'm
hurt.
sorry." I go, "I'm fine. It's fine." It starts to
Blood.
bleed so badly that it's coming down my cheek. My like.
Do you have to pay for it?
Dude, I of course, because I was like, it's fine. And I kept going, it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
I didn't feel it.
I was bleeding so badly. It was so fucking deep. My mom wanted me to go get a tetanus shot. I'm like, I'm not getting a tetanus shot.
Where do you guys get your haircut? Now, as grown men, where do you get your haircut?
Wait. I had the worst haircut experience ever. My wife, who we were dating 4 months, and she dumped me. She was
no.
yeah, she said, I think you have a drinking problem. And
Fair
dumped me.
point.
Fair point.
Fair
Fair
point.
point.
That's
By the
what
way,
you blame me, lady?
married that woman, been
Fair
with her
play.
14 years, still partying hard as fuck.
That's a wake up call.
Still party hard as fuck.
It's a wait. Okay, so I have that in my head. I get my barber. I won't say his name. He's a hairstylist. He used to do Dave Navarro, Ozzy Osbourne. He is to the stars.
Damn.
It was hard to get appointment. He lived in like San Francisco, and he'd fly down once a month.
Damn.
Dude, this guy was great. He had this whole place, but he would come in, and his haircuts were expensive.
What'd they cost?
Like $120.
And why the fuck were you doing that?
Because I was on TV at the time,
Okay,
and so I met this guy, and I trusted the way he cut my hair. Went through a 12-step program with Dave Navarro. Like he used to party, right? He used to really party.
Yeah.
Party? Yeah, to say the least. Babe.
Like
He's
his
got
problem.
He's got a nice body. I used to see him change at Crunch. He'd take his shirt off with his pierced nipple. He's got a beautiful
Dave
body.
Navarro's
Did you ever
bodied
see
up.
him? Did you ever see him work out in that hyperbaric chamber that was off to the left?
No, but he would kick the bag and do karate, and he talked about his master. He's
So
a
he's
Taekwondo
bodied
guy.
up.
Yeah.
Heard he got
Yeah.
the dick on him too.
bet
I've
he
seen him.
does.
I've seen him in the steam room.
True.
And I could not stop staring at it.
Oh, he
it
got
was
some-
because
he
it's
got some-
tattoos all around it. It's drawing you into
So he's
it.
got a dick.
Oh, he's got a fucking.
And you know he keeps that fucking bush well manicured, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's got not a stitch of hair on there. He went baby.
I
He
like
went
that
baby
guy.
sheer.
He's great.
He wears eyeliner or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a rock star.
So I go in. I realize the day after I've been dumped that I have a haircut, and I call up and I go, I'm gonna have to push it, and they're like, he's not coming back for like another month and a half, so I wouldn't push it. So I go, fuck it, I'll go in. This is how cool this guy. They used to have a pool table in there. I walk in, he gives me a big hug. He goes, man, you looking down? And I go, my chick dumped me because she says I drink too much. He goes, man, this is my expertise. I mean, I'm really dialed in for this. He goes, come back. We go back to the bar, and he cracks 2 beers, right? And he goes, hey, man, I started partying again. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. So I know what you're going through. He goes, hey, how many people told you have a drinking problem? I go, her and her best friend, that's it. He goes, that's it. I go, yeah. And he goes, are you sure? I said, yeah. And he goes, okay, here's my rule. If one person tells you have a tail, fuck them. they're crazy. If 2 people tell you have a tail, they're teaming up on you. But if 3 people tell you have a tail, that's when you need to turn around. And then
That is the greatest
That's great advice.
I've ever heard.
and then he says, "You want to smoke some weed?"
This guy's awesome.
This guy's great. So I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I can't let anyone in here know that I'm partying like this. They know that I had a beer the other night. Let's go to the bathroom." So we go to
By
the
the way,
bathroom.
this was the worst guy to talk to when you're trying to
I
kind of reassess
disagree.
your
He's
life.
getting you over it.
I know, what an enabler.
We go into the bathroom. We get high. He comes out and he's like, "Man, nothing cheers you up like a great haircut." And I'm looking you up, man. And he pulls out a razor blade and starts cutting my hair with a thumb and a razor blade.
What?
And he proceeds to give me a mullet and cut my bangs to like. Do you remember Tropic Thunder?
Yes.
The guy that went full retard.
Yes.
He cuts them up to there. And we're both high and drunk, and I'm going, "This doesn't look good."
It's terrible, bro.
He cracks 2 more beers, and I'm like, "Oh fuck! I wish you would stay sober for this haircut."
Simple Jack. You look like Simple Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
And so I get done the haircut, and he's like, "I got another guy coming over. I'm gonna go meet him back at the bar. Hey man, I'll see you in a month and a half." And I was like, "I'll never go to you again."
Ever. Thanks for the advice, man.
That's nuts.
So bad I went back to.
By
my
the way, you got a
roommate.
tail. I'll see you later. Yeah.
You gotta take-
I had a mullet, like he left the end hair long, and he cut my bangs back to the very top, and it was like poofy up top. I went home, and my roommate goes, "Who fucked up your hair?" And I got mad and walked away. I was like, "Fuck,
Dude,
you shave it after that?
you're a bad motherfucker when you do it with a razor, though, and a thumb.
a razor and a thumb." And
Or
I
you're
thought,
just high as shit.
Or you're just high as shit.
I think
And
you're
it was-
high as fuck.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
I'm thinking I'm going to try something on this guy, and I don't have hair that you can do that with in the first place. Like I'm holding on to my hair always. But
Would
yeah.
he have done that to Dave Navarro or fucking Ozzy Osbourne? Probably not.
No, but he used to go to Ozzy Osbourne's house and dye Ozzy Osbourne's hair. Like he was go to their houses and cut their hair. He was a great guy. I really enjoyed him. But that one haircut.
Is that the last time you ever saw
the last
him?
time I ever saw him. Yeah.
Dude, find a legit like stylist.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know,
Yeah, and
I know
there-
it sounds funny,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
to find somebody who actually cut hair is a beast.
Sleeve and tattoos.
This guy who used to cut my wife's hair and charge a fortune, but he was good. He's like really good.
Yeah.
And he goes, I saw him on set. I was shooting a TV show. Can't remember the show, but anyway, maybe it was How I Met Your Mother. I can't remember. So he said to my wife, he said, "Have your," because I came to pick her up, and he looked at my hair, and he said, "Have your," under his breath, I couldn't hear. "You should have your husband come and talk to me. He's not being taken care of." And my wife's like, "Go see him." I go, "Nah, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm nothing's gonna do." So I see him, and he's so great. I go, "What would you do to my hair?" And he just looked at me. And he goes, "Magic." And I was like,
By the way, I'm
expensive?
already sold.
I'm already sold. They say
Yeah.
magic. I'm like,
Dude,
fuck it.
magic. And I was like, I'm in. Yeah, it would have cost me $200. Never went.
Oh, you never did it?
No, but I
You
know
don't
where
see
he
the
is,
magic?
and I've kept thinking, I just don't see. I'm sorry.
There's not
you
a-
look at me. You're honest with me. What are you really going to do with my hair? And by the way, if you do magic, how long is it going to last for me? You know, I just can't. I'm not high maintenance with that.
You seem to be fucking growing hair like a sprout. You're not losing any hair?
I've been on Rogaine for 25 years.
You don't take Propecia, bro? That's what I take.
No, I already said it fucked up his dick.
Oh, fuck that bullshit.
I already
I've
said he
taken-
gave him depression too.
I've been taking it forever. It's fucking great.
You take Propecia?
Yeah, dude. I'll show you my dick later. I have no problem.
You can still have. I
I'm
have
50 and I can fuck. I'll fuck and I'll
Jack off.
douche and then I'll fuck again.
I can
have-
vouch for that.
I have sick. Like I want to have sex.
well, don't say
all
that. You were in the
time.
room, but yeah, I've told you.
You know what I'm
stories.
saying? I've heard
Hey,
stories.
man, yeah, thank
I've
you.
seen his
Thank you,
dick
thank you.
raw.
Yeah, you've
Hard.
seen my dick.
Jacked.
You've had that thing in your mouth. What?
But you're not. But you're not losing any. Like if you get more face on your beard,
Yeah, it's. I could.
do you rub it on your face?
No,
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 it
no,
doesn't-
no,
it doesn't grow there.
Everyone always says it looks like I dye my beard because my beard when it's longer you can't see the enough gray, but when it's short you can see gray.
I mean, yeah, you're a hairy dude.
Yeah,
I dye my beard. Not now. But
Certain times you do.
you
Right?
I
serious?
get lazy with it. Yeah.
Do you really?
Well, no, I haven't dyed it, but I'm going to.
But for men, losing like the top of your hair is like that's probably the biggest kind of fear.
It's
You
like-
your hair makes me angry.
Oh, your hair makes me angry. I thought about your hair today because I called my guy Romy, this guy I go to now, and I said I think I'm going to get a haircut before Hawaii. And then I was like, I want to do something different, and I thought I want to do what Brenda does, like real tight and then hair and
You and I will never look like him.
Never.
He's a different human. Tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Oh, okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.